What do you think? Is getting a tattoo a Torah prohibition, or is it barely even a rabbinic one? So before you quote me the verse, "You shall not make any tattoo marks on yourselves," or however it's exactly written, hold on a second and let's take a moment to really delve into the prohibition itself. There's a concept called assisting in a transgression. In other words, unlike the Torah prohibition of "do not place a stumbling block before the blind," where I am actively causing someone to sin and it's only because of me that they transgressed. For example, a Nazirite who can't get to wine because it's on the other side of the river and I bring him the wine. Here, he wouldn't be able to sin without me, and that's why it's called "do not place a stumbling block before the blind." But in the case of assisting, he could sin even without me. I only helped him. Where, for example, is there an example of this? A woman who needs to immerse in a mikveh on Shabbat and forgot to cut her nails. What if she is allowed to ask a non-Jewish woman to cut her nails for her? Because the non-Jewish woman is the one cutting, she is only putting out her fingers. So yes, according to most halachic authorities, this is permitted. But according to those who prohibit it, there is an issue of assisting here. A person who, for example, wants to work for a delivery company and bring kosher food to a Jewish customer. Non-kosher food, delivering it to a Jewish customer is considered assisting in a transgression, because the customer would have received his meal in any case. The Gemara in Shabbat notes that while one person performing a task is liable, two doing it together are exempt. However, if one does the hard work and the other only assists, the assistant is exempt. But the primary worker remains liable because they didn't truly act as two people performing the task together, because assisting is considered insignificant. The person who assists hasn't really done anything. Another case from the Gemara in Baitza, we know that it is forbidden to perform medical treatment on Shabbat. The Gemara there tells about Mar, who asked a non-Jew to apply something to his eyes. This was a kind of medicine. He would put something blue on the eyes, which would heal them. They asked him, "How can you ask him to do this? After all, you are assisting? You open and close your eyes, and by doing so, you allow the substance to enter your eyes, so you are assisting." And here too he answered, "Assisting does not have real substance." Now, before you rush off and get a tattoo, you should know that there are also other cases that are exceptions to the rule. Regarding the prohibition of "do not round off the edge of your head," it is written that the prohibition applies both to the barber and to the one getting the haircut. And even though the one who actually committed the prohibition is only the barber, he is the one who shaved the sideburns down to the skin, I would say that here too, assisting does not have real substance. The Gemara explicitly says that from the verse, "do not round off," in the plural form, we learn that the prohibition applies both to the barber and to the one getting the haircut. So what does the person getting the haircut need to do? Some action like moving the head? And that assistance is the main aspect of the prohibition. Similarly with tattoos, it is written, "You shall not make cuts in your flesh for the dead, nor tattoo yourselves, I am the Lord." Again, "you shall not make" is plural. Beit Yosef notes the prohibition applies to both the one performing the tattoo and the one receiving it. In other words, as long as the person being tattooed or the one getting the haircut assists, he is subject to a Torah-level prohibition. Just like the tattoo artist, the person performing the act of tattooing is like the barber. But if it was done by force or while the person was asleep, or for example, in a case where the person getting the haircut or the tattoo did not move his hand at all, did not move, did not do any action, then there is no prohibition at all on the person being tattooed or getting the haircut. And to conclude, I want to give you a mitzvah from the Torah that, whether you are barbers or getting a haircut, you can enjoy. After all, it is written that mitzvot require intention. Before you get a haircut or give one, simply have the right intention. I hereby intend to get a haircut for the sake of the mitzvah. Do not round off the edge of your scalp. And that's it. You have fulfilled a mitzvah from the Torah. Good luck to everyone.